Hey everyone, welcome to Day Deal on Display. Today we are going to be taking a look at a couple of fitted pleather cases with a kickstand built in for the Google Nexus 7. That is right, we are reviewing a case for a tablet. You are more than welcome to check out the fitted pleather cases that we have available at our website at any time. That is located at www.daydeal.com. Now, before I get started, I want you guys to take a moment and look at these cases up close and personal because they may look very familiar to you. Okay, now the ones that we carry at Day Deal, they are the debranded versions of the cases you may be seeing on other websites, meaning that it's the same exact product. However, these cases do not have a brand on them, and therefore they're readily more accessible and truth be told, they are a little bit cheaper than your branded variants. If you're wondering what we're talking about, you actually will see these cases available for the Google Nexus 7 out there, but they have a brand. Typically, they're located on the bottom right-hand corner, usually in this area, or they may be located on the back where the kickstand slot is located, okay? But it's pretty much the exact same case. We can pretty much put our name on it and guarantee you guys that it's the same product. It's just debranded, and in other words, it has no brand on that. So moving forward from that, let's go ahead and give you the dimensions of the fitted pleather case. Now, we would love to give you official dimensions if they were available, but since these products are quote unquote aftermarket and they are universal by design, we basically had to measure them ourselves. And this is the amounts that we came up with, the numbers that we came up with, I should say, starting with the weight of the case. And that is going to come in, let's go and zoom in here, at 124 grams, which is pretty hefty, but that is to be expected. Its length is 200 millimeters, its width 130 millimeters, its depth is 18.45 millimeters. What does this mean to you? Well, if you decide to use this on your Google Nexus 7, you will be adding 1.5 millimeters to the length, 10 millimeters to the width, and 8 millimeters to the depth. So not a bad number overall. The length is actually a very small change, but the width is considerable, and the depth is kind of thick at 8 millimeters. But there you have it. Those are the unofficial tech specs. Take them as they are. We hope you find them useful. So let's go and toss them aside and talk about the color variants. Now, the ones that we carry at Day Deal, we actually have 7 different colors. Okay, so by coincidence, we have 7 colors for the Nexus 7 tablet. We have 6 in front of us right now, starting on the left-hand side. That is going to be black with a teal blue, with cool green, with red, with pink and purple, and the very lovely white color because we are Day Deal on display after all, and we love showing white cases whenever available. That being said, if you are looking at this case from a branded version, they might even have more colors available, so expect to find them in orange, yellow, etc., stuff like that. And some of them may even have two-tone designs, etc., etc. If you don't find the color that you're looking for on our site, you're more than welcome to check out other sites. They may even have that color that's available in. Okay, just keep in mind that it may be a branded version, but it still is the same exact case. Now, for those of you who are familiar with this type of case for other tablets, maybe you happen to own an iPad in the past or if you own a tablet in the past, it's pretty much the same exact case, okay? In other words, it's a pleather folding case, right? It's also a playthrough case, meaning that once you open it up, you can go ahead and use the device. On the inside of the pleather leather case is a thin layer of microfiber. It's going to be on the front flap as well as on the back flap as well. This is to keep your device scratch free, but also add some cushion as well. And this is also a kickstand case in 2 ways, okay? If you fold the front flap back and put it into this little slot on the rear of the case, this allows you to use it in a kickstand orientation, media viewing orientation, where it's facing toward you. But you can also slide it into this little groove that you see right there. And that also doubles as a kickstand as well, just in case you want the bottom flap, or the front flap, I should say, facing toward you for whatever reason. So there are 2 versions for you to do it. We always recommend using the kickstand on the back because that's more stable, but you can go and do it in this method as well, and we'll show you what we're talking about in just a moment. Now, on this version of the pleather case, there's actually a Velcro restraint, and we actually do like this design because that means that once you actually put your Nexus 7 inside of the case itself, it's going to stay there. It's going to have a low possibility of it actually going anywhere. But there are other versions out there where they omit this and they don't have the Velcro on the back, and that is preferred for some people out there because it's easier to handle and it's a little bit less noisy when you slide your tablet in and out. Okay, but other than that, not really much else to talk about. It's a pretty straightforward product. As you can see, there are cutouts on the back for the speaker, and the material itself is made of pleather, and that's just basically a synthetic leather material. So this is what some people will call vegan leather, but of course vegan leather is a little bit more expensive, and that one actually simulates real leather more than this pleather material. This is just your generic aftermarket pleather stuff, meaning that it's nice, it's soft to the touch, it looks cool, it feels great, but it doesn't have the same durability as leather. It doesn't have the same smell as leather because some people prefer that, and overall it is what it is. You have to take it for it being pleather. So without me yabbering on too much, let's go ahead and install our Nexus 7 tablet into the case itself and show you what we're talking about. So it slides in from left to right like so, and then once you have it slid in, you're going to go ahead and adjust this little flap on the back with the Velcro and just kind of slide it into place. And once that is stuck, now your tablet is secure in there, okay? So I'm going to go and close it shut. I'm going to move all these lovely colors out of the way for just a moment, and then bring back the white case in front of us and show you how it's all about. So when you open it up, this is how your Nexus looks. As you can see, it just turned on right there. Very cool stuff. I'm going to slide it open and show you that this one is dreadfully out of battery. So I'm going to show you the slot on the side right here for the openings for the power button, as well as the volume up and down rocker switch. Now, is this the most comfortable thing to use in the world? It isn't. You will have to go ahead and use your fingers to press those buttons, have them register on the side. You can't really use your thumb, and while you're holding it like this, it doesn't register that well due to the kind of slant on the device itself. But if you just use your regular index finger and just kind of point it where it needs to go, it should be fine, okay? So that's all I have to say about that. Not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it is completely functional when you have it open. Moving on to the side, let's go to show you the other openings. One opening right there for that mysterious, I believe, microphone. Should be one of those microphones. That is the contact spot, which I believe does not work while it's inside this case, but it is what it is once more. An opening on the bottom for the USB port, so you can go ahead and charge your device while it's inside the case, and you can also connect the 3.5mm speaker, headphones, etc., stuff like that, while it's inside the case as well, because there are cutouts where appropriate on that. So there's also a front cutout for your camera, so yes, you still will be able to use your camera while it is inside the case. Let's go and show you what I'm talking about, while you can go ahead and put it in a kickstand mode. Let's just go and do this right now and slide it onto the back. So this is the preferred kickstand orientation, okay? So you're just going to go and put it like that, turn your device on like such, and you'll be able to watch your media in this kickstand mode. I'm just going to show you a side shot of what I'm talking about. And as you use this more, this is a brand new case, you'll notice it pops out, but as you use it more over time, it's going to flatten out like this, and it's really nice and sturdy, okay? That being said, there is an option for you to go ahead and bend it the other way and use it in this type of orientation. Okay, once you actually have it kind of broken in, where the case isn't moving up against itself too much, and you can go ahead and do it this way. Of course, we don't really recommend you do it this way because it kind of makes your front flap dirty, and it's not really that sturdy. Okay, but over time it will be, and it's just kind of something you have to break into, because when you first get the case, it seems almost impossible for you to get it to stand up like this. Kind of how I am having a hard time doing this right now, but in reality, that is just because this material hasn't really broken in, and right now it's kind of resisting me as I move it around. But other than that, it is what it is. So when you close it shut, there are two light magnets in these corners right here. Okay, they're not heavy duty magnets, they're pretty light, they're just enough to keep the flap closed, and that is a good thing because you don't want heavy magnets too much interfering with electronic devices. I don't understand the science behind it, but you know, you don't want magnets to just go and mess up signal or anything with your device. And that is it, guys, for the fitted Pleather case with a kickstand built into it for the Google Nexus 7. So let's go and move all the other pretty colors back into view. Hopefully I can do this in one go. And there we have it. And let's just go ahead and close this video out. So remember a couple of things to keep in mind. There are branded versions of this case out there. Okay, it's pretty much the same exact product. They don't have the brand on the bottom right hand side or on the rear like this. In other words, the ones that we carry. But if you happen to have the branded version out there, it's pretty much the same design, we can guarantee you. Okay, it's going to be the same craftsmanship. You may be paying a little bit more, you may be paying a little bit less. Don't worry about it. If you don't mind the brand on your case, you are good to go. Also, there are more colors out there than what we have in front of us right here. We have 7 colors at Day-Deal, but there are more out there. Okay, so if you really are into a color, for example, we don't have orange or yellow here, and you want to look for those colors, you're more than welcome to check other websites, other brands out there that may have those colors out there. And that being said, this case, it's a pretty basic case. It's available right now for the Nexus 7. If you're willing to wait, there's probably more interesting products out there, but this gets the job done. It's available in multiple colors, and I also forgot to mention that the insides of the case do coincide with the color on the outside. So if you buy a purple version, you're going to get a purple inside. Okay, if you buy a white version, you're going to get a white inside, like I showed you earlier in the video. So that is it. So feel free to check these out on our website at any time at daydeal.com. Follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, as well as our Pinterest board. Thanks for watching as always. We hope you found it informative. We will see you guys next video review.